713-780-3776. Ryan wants to get in here and talk about the Texans. What do you say, Ryan?
Hey, good morning, guys. Love the show. Got a quick question for both of you. Who would you rather see have a huge reach their ceiling type year next year, Green or Stingley? And it's easy to say Stingley because the ceiling is much higher at more of a top-tier position, but I believe you'd want to see Green because Stingley's floor is much higher than Green. Stingley at his floor seems to still be pretty good, and we've seen Green at his floor, which is beyond pathetic. So just a different way to look at it, and I'd love to hear y'all's opinion.
Wow. That's a tough call right there. Plus, you want to protect a young quarterback, right? That's awfully important to take care of that business. I want to see Stingley. I mean, it's a tougher position, you know. If he gets burned, then you're going to get, you know, there's points against. Of course, if Kenyon Green continues to block the way that he did, you're going to get your quarterback killed. That's a tough one. I might go with you on Green. I might go with you. I'd love to see him because you got some beasts that he's going to have to take care of. I just hate the matchup with Jeffrey Simmons. I mean, and if I'm the Titans, he's going to be over Green all day long, and he just dominated. And there's other guys. I mean, Buckner. I mean, there's just so many guys that are just going to be overwhelming for him. Even the bad teams the bad schedule you're playing this year. I might go with Green. How about you?
I think I'm going to go the other way and go with Stingley. And the reason is that a corner's just, to me, more valuable than a guard. I mean, we just got done talking about all these great wide receivers who are in the league today. And if you miss on a guard, it's easier to still go find a guard in the draft. I think if you hit on a guard, that's great. But if you hit on a cornerback like Stingley, who, you know, has the higher ceiling, as the caller mentioned, I just think it adds so much value. If you can get your corners to really tighten it up, it's going to, and start taking the ball away, it can have a huge impact on a season. Just look at what happened with Sauce Gardner last year. So I think that, you know, for me, I would rather see Stingley reach his ceiling. And I understand the argument behind Kenyon Green, but I just think Stingley, to me, the cornerback position is just a more important position than guard.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with that. But I just, you know, to protect this young guy that's out there, yeah, I just need we need Kenyon Green to step up big time. Kenyon Green has got to be better. And if Kenyon Green is not better, then, you know, you're right about this, isn't it? Even your backup guard, it's going to be easier to replace him if Kenyon Green doesn't perform this year and has got to be pulled again, then, you know, then you probably are going to be able to replace him with somebody that can play easier than you're going to find a backup cornerback that can be out there covering these guys.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm coming from, because if you hit with Green, I think if you hit with Green, it's not going to be as impactful as if you hit with Stingley. And it's just because of the nature of the position. That's all.
Right. Well, if it's Tavir, Tom, if it's Tavir and it's Steven Nelson and Desmond King, I mean, you're still all right. I mean, you had to manage with a lot of that last year anyway, and it wasn't great, but it was still okay. You know, what's going to back up this year? Questenberry? Who's going to back up Kenyon Green to be able to take his place? You're okay on the other side with Shaq. You know, so listen, both guys need to step for Nick Casario's sake. Both guys need to step up, because those were awfully important picks that so far, with the way Sauce played and the way that Kenyon Green played, those are awfully. It's not looking good for that draft at this present moment. But hopefully, I mean, Stingley, and by all accounts, Art, Stingley is looking good. He's big. He's strong. He's able to, you know, he's been. Hopefully, he's going to be out there. Kenyon Green hasn't been out there because of his injury, so. Hopefully he's going to be out there and he's going to be better this year. We shall see.
Yeah, camp is right around the corner.
Yeah, it's less than a week away. It's 5 days away now.
Is that it?
Well, Tuesday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah, Tuesday's 5 days away. Get Gary in here. He wants to talk about the Texans. Hey, Gary.
Hey guys, I wanted to piggyback on the call about Stingley and Green, and just say, I feel like the Texans are going in the right direction. It just feels like Caserio is like the last vestige of the Easterby thing, but I'm pretty sure he just got a promotion. I think it was like kind of quiet, but I think they gave the guy a promotion like 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
And and I really want to be optimistic, but then I just feel like Cal is still in charge. And like, what the hell has he done to get a promotion? And I say that because of the Green and Stingley. Like, I feel like that should be a litmus test to if he should even be the general manager. Like, you pick an offensive guard high in the first round and he sucks. Like, Stingley over Sauce, and then you get a promotion, and like, I want to be excited, but then stuff like that happens, and I'm just like, Cal is going to be the thing that holds us back. That's just my thought.
Well, I wonder if it'll be interesting to see. Maybe this is a position, the new promotion that he has is where he will be, and they might get a general manager next year, and Nick is kicked upstairs into the front office as opposed to being the GM. We'll see what happens. Listen, Stingley's got to play well. Green's got to play well. C.J. Stroud, Will Anderson's got to play well. You gave up a first rounder. You gave up the 13th pick. You gave up the 33rd pick. I mean, I know it's for both of those guys, but that's a lot. And if the Texans suck this year and that pick is going to be Marvin Harrison Jr., you're going to regret that for years and years to come. So, no, he's got to do better. Yeah. He is literally, isn't he, the last vestige of Jack Easterby?
Yeah.
Well, the last public, because there are probably still guys in the organization that Jack Easterby hired that are still there.
Yeah, I had that. So everyone around the league, I guess, knows the secret. I talked to one of the NFL insiders that works at our station or we're not our station, but at NFL Media. And I ran through everything with him, and he goes, "Yep, that's exactly how I heard it happen." So all that stuff ended up going down exactly as we heard, and it was Jack Easterby that went out and got Nick Caserio because I think he thought Nick Caserio could keep him in place. But now the one thing I did hear that was different, one thing I heard is that Lovie Smith helped to get Jack Easterby out of there. The one thing that I heard different from this NFL insider is that Jack kind of wanted to leave and found a way to negotiate his way out of Houston. I think for a good chunk of the money. I don't know that he got all of his money, but a good chunk of the money. So I don't know which one of those is accurate. I know Lovey was not happy with some stuff. So regardless, Nick Caserio, to me, for him to be given that role as executive vice president, it was surprising because so far, he hasn't really proven himself as a drafter, except now I got to say, I love Dameon Pierce and I love Jalen Petrie. I think those were obviously very good picks, but not a lot to show for the draft before the year before that. And this year, as you mentioned, John, he swung for the fences. So we'll see how quickly C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson pay off this year.